We're back. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and we're here yet again with a book outlet haul. Are you guys sick of these? Be honest, tell me in the comments below. Are we tired of seeing massive book hauls to add to my massive library collection? Because I'm not. I so enjoy getting a book outlet order that it's a little unhinged. So even if I'm filming these for myself, we're gonna do these for a little while longer, I think. At least through, I don't know, end of the year. I think they'll be fun. Yeah, so welcome to Q2's book outlet haul. I have been very excited to get this order in the mail. Very excited about the books that are inside. I will say I am in my children's book era collecting again. So a lot of this is going to be children's books. So hopefully if that's something you guys enjoy, if you have kids that you'd like to pick up some books of, this might be a good haul for you to watch. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it. I'm gonna start with the box that has literally, I think, one book inside. Why they didn't just add it to the other boxes, I have no idea, but let's open it up. Oh my gosh. Struggling. Oh, this is bigger than I thought it was gonna be. That's nice. Oh my gosh. Okay, yes, literally just one book in this box, which I've never had before. That's hilarious. But this is a pretty good size, and I'm actually really excited about this. This is Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. I'll be honest, I think I'm gonna save this for Halloween. My friend recommended this and we were going to actually read it for one of my book clubs, but we never got around to it. And this one I think is about essentially a carnival that two boys get like sucked into. I'm very excited about this. I think this is going to be a good time. Again, I'm trying to read more of the classics and this one is definitely up there. Next box. Okay, next box. This one is chock full. I am excited. Let's start off with no. Okay, so I did a thing that I'm a little annoyed with myself about, and believe it or not, when you have 2,000 books on your bookshelves, or almost 2,000 books, you sometimes buy duplicates, which if you guys actually saw one of the book outlet hauls I did, I think end of last year, I bought a bunch of these Simon & Schuster paperback editions of the works of William Shakespeare, one of which it was Romeo and Juliet, and there's actually two other books in here that I bought thinking that I did not own them, when in fact I did. So that's great. Along with that, I ordered the second book in the Menagerie series. This is The Dragon on Trial by Tuti Sutherland and Kari Sutherland. This one I'm very excited for. I'm currently reading the first book in this series for middle grade March, so hopefully you guys have seen that in our wrap up, and now I can continue on in the series. I'm very excited for this, and I think there's the third one in this box as well. It's gonna be good. Okay, next, I did buy, technically this is a duplicate of books that I already have on my shelves, but these editions, I mean, come on, these are so pretty. I couldn't not get these. This is When We Were Young by A.A. Milne. This is, of course, the author of the Winnie the Pooh series. This, of course, being one of the books within his series. I just think these are stunning editions, and I had to have them. That's the only explanation that I have, to be honest, and I will be reading them at some point. Okay, next let's talk about, this one I'm kind of excited about. This is Elizabeth Taylor by Kate Anderson Brown. This is the grit and glamour of an icon. I'll be honest, this one, see, they come damaged sometimes, guys. I get frustrated, but it's fine. They're so inexpensive, although they are getting more expensive. And fun fact, I've learned sometimes if you check Amazon, Amazon now is cheaper than Book Outlet, which is very upsetting to find out. I'll be honest, this order made me a bit sad. But anyways, that being said, I think since Taylor Swift's song came out about Elizabeth Taylor, there's definitely been a renewed focus on her, of which I am one. So I wanted to pick this up and learn more about her. I feel like she's an icon. I'm excited. Okay, now let's talk about some admittedly children's books that I got very excited about. The first is The Big Purple Book of Beginner Books by P.D. Eastman. This is, I think he's part of the Dr. Seuss world. Like, if you guys can remember some of these books, these are books by P.D. Eastman as one of the illustrators. I think he illustrated some of Dr. Seuss's world. I'm not quite sure how they're all connected, but I was really excited to see this. I'm again trying to pick up more children's books that I read as a kid, and collections and bind-ups like this are nice to get them all at once rather than trying to find them out in the world separately. So I'm excited for this one. And then I also picked up the big book of the Bernstein Bears beginner books. Again, I think these are just some fun ones to pick up over time and have in my collection. I'm actually trying to find all of the Bernstein Bears books. That's now my current hunt, so I think there's more in this collection or in this haul. But yeah, I just really loved the Bernstein Bears books as a kid, and I've kind of made it my mission now to get them all. Okay, next, another children's book. Fair warning, like I said, there's a lot of children's books in this collection. This is Owen by Keith Hankins. This was an author that I read from a lot as a kid. I know he wrote quite a few books with this illustration style in this kind of world, and I saw this one again on Book Outlet for a pretty good price and had to pick it up. This one I think follows a little brother who has a fuzzy yellow blanket that goes everywhere with him. So I'm excited to reread this one. I think, again, I'm trying to build out my collection, honestly, for mainly when I have kids, that I'll have a lot of books that I grew up with, and I just think that's fun to be able to pass that along to them. Okay, next I have, okay, again, sorry, I'm gonna complain about this. The damage. Guys, can we not throw like a little bit of tissue paper in to just like stop them from moving and bumping around? This is probably one of the only, I'm trying to be better about picking up graphic novels from the library, and then if I love them, buying them in person. This is Always Human by Ari North. This one apparently is about using technology, and I think it's a queer relationship. It's originally a webtoon site comic that got remade. This one is about how people use technology to enhance their health, minds, and appearances. However a person wants to look or feel, there's a mod for that. I'm actually very excited about this. This has really great ratings on Book Outlet. Again, I'm trying to be better because I have so many graphic novels that I need to read about not buying as many and getting them from the library. But we shall see. That being said, I also picked up, because I'm obsessed with Amelia Earhart, this is the Amelia Earhart story graphic novel. I think this is, again, this is like a children's book, but I loved Amelia Earhart, and to have a little graphic novel of hers I thought would be really cute. So I'll be interested to see how they kind of like young this down. Okay, next let's talk about, I'm very excited for this one. So this is Rosemary, the Hidden Kennedy's Daughter by Kate Clifford Larson. If you guys don't know, there's a whole situation about Rosemary, and I'm kind of secretly obsessed with her. She is the daughter of, yes, oh my gosh, okay, I was worried for a second this wasn't the sister I was thinking of. Okay, so essentially she was a sister that grew up in the Kennedy family. She's related and a sister to JFK, and essentially at a very young age, I think 23 or early 20s, at 23 years old, her family became, her father took her to a insane asylum where she was lobotomized at 23 years old, and essentially kept in that asylum without her family's knowledge for pretty much the remainder of her life, which I think is insane. So I'm extremely interested to learn more about her. I'm hoping, and this had pretty good ratings on Goodreads, that this is giving a woman credit where credit is due, of who experienced something so insanely tragic in her life and essentially became a vegetable who was a perfectly normal human before. And I think it's just really wild. So I'm very excited to read this. Okay, more children's books. Let's talk about, I thought this was hardcover. No, I'm a little sad. Okay, that's fine. This is The Nutcracker. This is by Valerie Diocampo. This is essentially based on the New York City Ballet. This, I think, has, beautiful, this is why I wanted it, beautiful illustrations. And I think this is so stunning. I'll be honest, I wish it was the hardcover, but that's okay. I just love The Nutcracker. My dad and I used to go see it every year during the holiday season, and I think this art is stunning, so I had to pick it up. Another children's book, let's talk about it. This is by the same author, Kevin Hanks. This is Wembley Worried. This is another, again, character within his world. I just love the art of this. I remember loving these books as a kid, so wanted to build out my collection of his stuff. All right, let's get the last out of here. books that are automatically, unfortunately, going into the donate pile. Thankfully, I didn't actually spend money on these. These were part of a buy four, get the fifth book free, but I wish I could have reallocated that to books that I was actually excited about and didn't already own. But this one was A Midsummer's Night's Dream by, of course, William Shakespeare. And then we also have one more book in this box of children's books. This is A Porcupine Named Fluffy by Helen Lester. This is one, again, I used to read as a kid and just thought it was so cute. I love the art on this. I think it's so adorable. And Lynn Mungsinger is actually one that I love as well. I think I got one in a recent box that was about a penguin. Love her stuff. Okay. And then, of course, again, to continue building out my collection of C.S. Lewis books, I got The Four Loves by C.S. Lewis. This is essentially focusing on the four kinds of human love in one of his most famous works of nonfiction. He identifies these kinds of love as affection, the most basic form, friendship, the rarest and possibly most insightful, eros, the passionate love, and charity, the love of God. I think this will be really cute, very informal, or very informative. I want to read his books, all of them, at some point as I continue to build out the collection, hence why I'm buying them. Next box. Let's talk about this. I finally picked up the third book in the True Beauty graphic novel series. This is a Webtoons comic, unscrolled edition. I have read the first two in this series, and I'll be honest, I didn't totally love them, but I liked them enough that I want to continue getting the series. To be honest, I probably need to reread the whole series from the start to catch up to the third one. I also ended up actually also getting the fifth one because they had it on Book Outlet, and it was significantly cheaper because it's a new release. So anyways, that's why I got this one. Very excited about it. I am very picky, like I said, nowadays of which books I am buying. That was one of them. I also got, again, a sequel to Babar the King. This is one from a recent Book Outlet haul that I got. It's a continuation in the series. Again, books that I loved as a child, no explanation needed. This is a classic. If you guys actually have any good recommendations for children's books down below that you were obsessed with as a kid, let me know. Another one of the authors that I really loved is Rosemary Wells. This is the author of the Max and Ruby series. This is Max Cleans Up. Again, a classic. Loved these. I have a lot of them and wanted to finish out my collection. All right, continuing through, we have again another continuation of the Bernstein Bears bind up. These again are continuations of the short stories that I used to read as a kid, and I just think they're really cute and I wanted to have them. So we picked them up and I'm very happy that I got it again. Okay. Next, we have I Like Me by Nancy Carlson. Again, an author that I read from quite a bit when I was younger. I just love the art style of this one particularly. I know there's some other books by her that I owned and just thought this one was a cute one. Again, when I see ones that I recognize on Book Outlet, I tend to just kind of throw them in my cart and hold on to them. Okay, I think this was one of my favorites by Kevin Hankins. This is Chrysanthemum. I didn't actually remember that I got this one, but I remember this being such a fun book. I thought this one was so cute. I remember she's obsessed with her name. I think it was like one of the things, or she wants a different name and then ends up loving her name. I think this one's so cute. I'm excited I have this one. Next, we have a couple more. This is The Napping House by Audrey Woods and Dawn Woods. This is by one of my favorite authors who wrote, oh my gosh, what is the book that she wrote? I'm gonna, hold on, we're gonna blank. Higgity Peg, that's the one. She wrote Higgity Peg, which is one of my favorite children's books. I love her art style, had to pick this one up. There's one other one by her that I'm waiting to get in hardback because they only had it available on paperback on Book Outlet. But I'm very excited about this. Okay, last children's book for, I think, a little bit. This is Morris's Disappearing Bag, again by Rosemary Wells, another one in her collection that I hadn't seen in a minute and wanted to pick it up and had to pick it up and have it. Okay, let me get the rest of these out and then we'll keep going. Okay. Next, let's talk about a continuation in a graphic novel series I'm actually really excited to continue. This is Sourceline, Book 2 by Sylvia Dow. This is a continuation of a girl who works for a cryptozoologist, and essentially interacts with a bunch of mysterious creatures. I remember really enjoying the first book and ended up holding on to it in case the continuation of the series happened. It has. I found it on Book Outlet, and I'm very excited to have it in my collection and to read it finally, to continue on. Next we have, oh, this is a lot smaller than I was thinking it was going to be. Interesting. Okay, this is J.R.R. Tolkien, The Mind Behind the Rings by Mark Horn. I, again, am obsessed with certain authors, J.R.R. Tolkien being one of them, and wanted to learn more about him. This is actually a pretty short and sweet story, so I'm hoping that it is really informative. I think this will be fun. I know he was very close friends with C.S. Lewis, and I'm excited to get into this one. I love that it's short and sweet. When stuff like this, especially nonfiction, is this digestible, I'm all about it. Okay, next we have, okay, hold on. I'm having an epiphany that I own this book already. One second. Do I own this book already? I swear, when I have this many books that I haven't read yet, oh my god, I do. I swear to god, I just had the epiphany that I already own this book. And I do. I already do. 100%. Yep. Okay, cool. Well, anyways, for those of you interested, this is The Second Mrs. Astor by Shanna Abey. This is essentially the second wife of John Jacob Jack Astor, and so the Astor family, she remarries him and goes aboard the Titanic, and I think she survives. Yeah, she survives. Yeah, so I think this is going to be really interesting. I hope part of it is about the Titanic and her being on the Titanic, not just life after the Titanic. I think this will be really interesting. Clearly I liked it enough that I bought it twice, so great. This is a box of repetition of stuff that I already own. Yay. Okay, next I have Now We Were Six by A.A. Milne. This is again another continuation of the Winnie the Pooh series, which I'm very excited to have in these editions because again, I think the art is just stunning. Like, look how pretty that is. Okay. Next, again, continuation. This is True Beauty Volume 5. I do need to pick up Volume 4, but I want to reread 1 through 3 before I get to this one. This is a continuation in the story and was significantly cheaper than what it was on Amazon, so happy to say I picked that one up. Next, continuation in the Menagerie series. This is The Menagerie Krakens and Lies by Tuti Sutherland and Carrie Sutherland. Again, I'm reading this for middle grade March, the first one in this series, and hoping that I love it enough to continue on because I bought the next 2 books in the series. I think it'll be good. I have high hopes. I believe in it. Okay, next I have The House at Pooh's Corner by A.A. Milne. Like, look at the art on this cover, you guys. Like, look at the little characters. Ugh, I'm obsessed. I had to pick this up. This is, of course, like, look at little Piglet. Look at him, he's so cute. Again, continuation of the series. There's really 4 books altogether with this series. I do just need to pick up the original Winnie the Pooh because they only had it in paperback, and I'm nothing if not consistent with how my books are shelved. So we will get to that eventually. Okay. Next, let's talk about another middle grade series that I just have a feeling I'm going to love really, truly. And I've picked it up from the library multiple times, haven't read it, and just decided to get my own version of it. This is I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons by Peter S. Beagle. This essentially is about, oh my god, the end papers? I'm deceased. Okay. This basically follows dragons coming back to the kingdom of Belmontague. Inherited his father's job as a dragon exterminator, a career he detests with all his heart. Things turn from bad to worse when he's hired by the royal family to disinfect the entire castle. What happens next is not the fairy tale you may be expecting. I'm very excited about this, and I love the art of this so much, so I think this is going to be very good. Okay. Next, a nonfiction that's a bit random, but I'm actually really excited about. This is Frostbite, How Refrigeration Changed Our Food, Our Planet, and Ourselves by Nicola Twilley. This is one I've been really excited about. Again, one that I picked up from the library quite a few times and then just decided to get my own edition. I'm really, again, interested in random things about random stuff, and so thought this would be a fun one to get and learn more about, and probably will make me realize how much I hate all the preservatives that are in my fridge and in my food. But, you know, is what it is. Okay, Last box. We will move ourselves over to a better situation. First on, oh, I forgot about this one. Okay, cool. First on top, I have a really beautiful book. This is Pictures by J.R.R. Tolkien, Selections and Text by Christopher Tolkien. This is, I think, just an artwork book of, oh, interesting. Yeah, art that he wrote and drew over the years. I didn't realize. Okay, cool. Oh, this is, hold on, this is the one I'll show you. This is a pretty famous one. This is Conversations with Smaug. This is, of course, his famous, a pretty famous Hobbit cover that I think is on most of the old Hobbit books. I'm actually really excited to look through this. I think this will be really cool, and just like, I love these kind of like coffee table books to just have about fun random stuff. Okay, next, oh, hold on, I'm just gonna get all these up here. Hold on. Oh my god, I forgot it. Like, this is the fun thing of getting these and then it comes like 2 weeks later by the time the order's placed, is I genuinely don't remember most of the stuff that I order. So it's a fun surprise for you and for me. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, let's talk about this one. I was so excited to see this book on Book Outlet because I remember this book from when I was a kid. This is Anti-Claus by Elise Primavera. This I'm genuinely so excited to reread because I remember loving this book around the Christmas time. I don't know if my grandma had it or someone in my family owned it, or maybe we owned it, but I just remember thinking this was such a cute book. And when I see these types of things on Book Outlet, this is what causes me to place an order because I can't let it go and I need to own it in my life. So I'm really excited about that one. Then again, okay, so a book outlet haul that's worth it to me is ordering for much cheaper a book that I've read before and loved, especially graphic novels, because they're so expensive. This is one that I picked up somewhat recently, I think last year, and really ended up loving. This is Nothing Special Volume 1 Through the Elder Woods from Webtoons. This is essentially a girl named Callie whose father owns a magical antique shop. He goes and trips into a magical realm. She ends up following him, and basically they end up going on an adventure. And I remember it being really cute. I loved the art style of this so much, and yeah, had to pick it up. I just think it's stunning. Next, we have a continuation in a book that I picked up a little while ago, beginning of this year, I think. This is The Cafe Downwind of the Cafe. Oh, The Cave Downwind of the Cafe. Renee and Glumfoot by Mikey Please. This is a book I picked up from Waterstones beginning of this year, and this I think is a continuation in that series. I just think these are really cutely illustrated stories. I'll be honest, they're just little cozy, like, fantasy books, and I think they're so fun and quirky, and I had to pick up this one in the series because I thought it was really cute. Next, I picked up a really cute kind of just cozy graphic novel. This is One Cup at a Time, a Cat Cafe collection by Matt Tarpley. This just looked really just cute, to be honest. Like, look at the art style of it. It just looked adorable. Little cafe world with all these adorable little animals. And I just feel like this will be a fun thing to just pick up and read when I need something a little warm and uplifting. Okay, next, I'm so excited for this one. Again, I got a lot of nonfiction in this haul, but this is Once Upon a Time, The Captivating Life of Carolyn Burnett Kennedy. Obviously, the show came out about her and James, what is his name? Robert? JFK Jr.? Yes, okay. So she dated JFK Jr. They became a whole situation in the 90s. I want to watch the show so badly, but I figured after or before I read or watch the show, I could read the book to learn more about her, and I'm very excited to learn more about her because I think it will be very interesting. Another children's book that, to be honest, I have not read, but I just think it sounds hilarious is Sleep Tight, You Disgusting Blob by Hugh Aaron. I don't know why I saw this. I think this actually came out this year, or I saw it somewhat recently and just thought it looked hilarious and the art looked so funny that I just had to pick it up. So yeah, I picked it up. I think it's so funny. I'll add it to my children's book collection and I'm very excited about it. Okay, couple more children's books before we wrap up with a couple of a fiction and a nonfiction. First, we have a couple Bernstein Bears books. This is The Ghost of the Forest by the Bernstein family. Berenstain. Is there a whole thing with that, like the Mandela effect about these books? I think there is. This one is Trick or Treat by the Berenstain family. I just loved these book tickets as a kid. I really, really did. I have no explanation other than they're just amazing, and I'm getting more at some point. And then last but not least, from the children's book side, I got George and Martha from James Marshall. This was, again, just a really funny illustrated story that I remember loving as a kid about two little hippos that are friends, and I think they're hilarious. Okay, last two books in this haul and then I will be done. This is a random one, but this is a photo biography of Lincoln by Russell Friedman. This I think is going to be very interesting, and the way that it's written, I can already tell I'm probably going to enjoy quite a bit. But this is just photos and documentation about his life, and I'm very excited to read through it and see and learn more. There's few people in history that I get really excited about, Amelia Earhart being one of them. Lincoln I get very excited about. Eleanor Roosevelt I get very hyped about. So when I see books, especially of this regard, about them, I get very excited. Okay, and I think the only fiction book from this entire collection, I'm thinking, oh no, there was a couple others, is The Last Murder of the World, at the End of the World by Stuart Turton. This is by the 7.5 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Look at the sprayed edges with the lighthouse. How incredible. I'm very excited about this. I have not read 7.5 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but I know everyone really loves it, and I think this also got pretty good reviews when it came out, so I'm excited. I'm gonna be really honest. I'm very excited about this. The concept of it sounds really interesting. This is about an island where the world's been destroyed in a fog that swept the planet, killing everyone it touched. On the island, however, it is idyllic. 122 villagers, 3 scientists living in perfect harmony. Then one of their beloved scientists is found brutally stabbed to death. Dun dun dun. I'm very excited. I think it's gonna be good. I want to read 7.5 Husbands first. I think it's gonna be good. Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. That's a different book. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this very fun haul. Hopefully, as you guys are seeing this, I will potentially just be coming back for my honeymoon, which is a crazy thought to be thinking about. Wild. I'm filming this actually in March, so we're gonna sit on this one for a while because I just posted another book outlet haul recently. So we are gonna try to spread these out a little bit, spread the love. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Check the comments or the description down below if you guys are interested in trying Book Outlet out for yourself. You guys can use my code to get some money off your first order. And other than that, if you did like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more of my face, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!